Hey, how you doing? It's your boy DE Astrology. And today I'm gonna do the sun in Cancer. Cancer is the fourth sign of the zodiac. It's also a water sign, and it's also cardinal. So when you think about Cancers, they like nurturing. They homebody. It's ruling planet is the moon. So when you think about the moon, it governs your emotion. It's a water. It governs your emotion and your feelings. But Cancer is cardinal, so it's trying to create and initiate new emotions and new feelings. So that's why Cancers can come off as like reserved, because internally they creating a lot of feelings. So like, say for instance, like you would say something to a Cancer and not mean it. The Cancer might take it the wrong way, and it'll come off in the Cancer head. It'll come off as if it's doing something that it's not. Um, like I said, it's very nurturing. It's very uh, homebody. And you can think about like crabs, they more into their shell. Uh, so cancers need to learn how to come out of their shell a little bit better, and it might not be always how you think it is. But when you're dealing with like a water sign, water can see behind the scenes. So once they come out of how they feel behind the scenes emotionally, they can be perceptive enough to see how other people feel and what other people want. That's how you become a nurturer. Like, they know how to give you what you need without you saying it, but then at the same frame of mind, um, they're gonna want this in return. So this can make a Cancer become a little bit manipulative, but not. We got the ones that to be extremists, but once they get out of how they feel, they can sense how you feel and nurture you. But then once they back in how they feel, they'll want you to cater and nurture them. That's where the class can come into play, because a person might not be able to reciprocate what a Cancer gave to them in the first place or how they felt. Because think about it from this perspective, like say for instance the Cancer gave you 20 and was like, keep the 20, don't worry about it. The emotion and the feeling that they put behind giving you that 20 was, because I care about you, I'm giving you this 20. And they would expect that same care not to come in the form of like a 20, but that same feeling and emotion back. So if you're dealing with somebody who's like, oh, you just gave me $20, even if they paid you back the $20 with the Cancer, it's not really about the money. It was about the feeling behind the money. So if you think about it from that perspective, they can become they can become uh, to somebody else that can seem manipulative, because Cancers, they can hold on to emotions. They have a hard time letting it go, and they got a hard. It's like all the water signs in a way are kind of like sponges. But if you don't realize that you you don't separate how you feel and your emotions from the emotions of people around you, it can become like Cancer. They're already chaotic on their own, so that's why they try to initiate new feelings. So if you come around and you in a funk, the Cancer will like try to lighten the mood, or vice versa. If the Cancer is in a funk and you come around, the Cancer would be moody, so to bring down the mood, it's like almost kind of like controlling the background or controlling the backdrop. Um, the uh, the moon is in the fourth house. The moon governs home and comfort levels. So if if you gotta, the Cancer tries to make everything around it comfortable, because the internal is chaotic. So if you're a person that's picking up on the chaos, like if a Cancer is picking up on chaos from you, they're kind of like either try to temper it down. If they can't temper it down, they'll steer clear of you, because you're breaking them out of their comfort zone, and they don't want to have to react to your. They don't want to have to use their chaos to react to your chaos. So, and then Cancers is typically homebodies, and they're out of the three water signs. In my opinion, Cancer is the most, next to Pisces. Cancer is the most expressive. So a Cancer is cardinal, so you gotta think the cardinal energy. If they have to express how they feel, they want to express it and move on and not discuss it no more. So, like I said, they can be kind of manipulative too, but if a Cancer give they like gives you something, they not just giving you the physical thing. They giving you the physical thing. They giving you the emotions behind it. So they give like damn near giving you like they heart, they insides. But if it's taken for granted, the Cancer would go to the extreme of not caring about it because it's still lunar, it's still the moon, it's still like the phrase. I'm not calling Cancers lunatics, but like the phrase lunatics comes from you was on this extreme, now you on this extreme, you chaotic. But people don't realize that sometimes it's the Cancer reacting to you being chaotic, or you thinking like the Cancer thinking is one way, and then you reacting to it, and then they reacting to you. So that's how they can like be manipulative because they try to like control the room, control the reactions of the situation by reacting to you. But then when they want to be reacted to, if it doesn't play out, you don't react in the same way, or you don't react in that the similar way they how they think it is. They go to the extreme nature of either getting you to react that way, or to they go all the way the other way and just not care, and they'll go extreme without you, what you not caring, them not caring about the situation. Like that, they'll make that very clear. They can become really, really, really cold because of them not being able to connect, or y'all not being on the same page emotionally. But they're go getters. Once they get out of their feelings, they go getters because the polarity of Cancer is Capricorn. So people think that Cancers aren't that structured. Actually, if they can get a hold of their emotional this way and that way, they're actually extremely structured, like extremely practical. Because you got to think, we live in the Earth realm. So in the Earth realm, surroundings and food and couches and housing and home, that's what make that's the human version of a crab shell, a comfortability. So a Cancer will hustle to get things, but not like an Earth sign to get it just to be practical about. No, they'll get it to make them comfortable. So they get a Cancer will get uh, a a house that look off the wall if it make them comfortable, or they'll stay because it's not the motivation behind why they getting it is not the same as like normal or like typical. Um, the 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 neighbor sign, because Cancer rules the moon, and the moon is a solo energy. The neighbor sign of the Cancer would be the sun, would be Leo. So what? Because if you think about this, you got a moon sign and a sun sign. The the moon is what's behind the scenes, and the sun is the actions that's expressed. Um, the sun would be more. The sun, you can Cancer can learn from Leo to be more expressive, to kind of come out of that shell and to lighten up, because water sign Cancer, when they carrying all that stuff, they can become heavy, and not like physically but heavy like emotionally, like, and to lighten up and express it and kind of like be kind of lighthearted on a more positive note. And that if you putting out that positive energy, that'll attract the positivity that you seeking when you down, or when you not feeling good. Because of like Cancers become comedians, and comedians, they make jokes about stuff, problems that go on in their life, or they joke about stuff that's actually kind of serious, but they present it in a lighthearted manner. So not only do they help you think about the situation, but how they present the situation is in a manner to where it's more digestible, instead of like you getting hit with wave after wave. And that's what they can learn from Leo, to be lighthearted about their emotions and to express it without being clingy and without being moody, and they'll get the reception that they get the reception that they actually seeking for. Um, it's a water sign. It's a cardinal of the water signs. So what Cancer could learn from Scorpio is the fixed sign is to like kill their emotions. And when I say kill them, not like not don't acknowledge it, but figure out why you having that and what's the cause of that, and to be more, because it's a difference between how you feel by yourself and then how you feel after interacting with another person. So that can be a way for, Scorpio can teach Cancers how to not really cling to stuff, even though Scorpios kind of cling, not really cling to other people, kind of be more independent and cling to their own way of feeling and their own way of seeing it. And just because somebody else don't see it your way, you don't have to be that forceful wave to kind of make them see it how you see it. You can just kind of be yourself in a situation. And what they can learn from Pisces is that everybody has emotions, and like Pisces is the water sign that's altruistic, and that's kind of like almost like a humanitarian in a way, because they can see other people's points of views and other people's perspectives, and they know how to make those connections. And then when you got a water sign, the moon, that's more of like it's still nurturing, but it's nurturing to seek its own comforts out versus the nurturing to seek either other people's comforts out. You can learn from Pisces can teach you that on a universal scale, everybody has emotions and everybody has different things that make them comfortable. And just because you might be trying to be forceful and moody onto one person, that doesn't necessarily mean that it don't necessarily mean that that person doesn't like you or doesn't do. They just, the mood that you presenting them doesn't mix with the mood that they have. And just like you're allowed to feel some type of way and have your moods, everybody else is allowed to do that and feel the same way too. So if Pisces can teach you, instead of using that cardinal energy to change the person in the situation, Pisces can teach you how to change the situation entirely. And then what it can learn from Capricorn is to put that independent, practical spirit first, and then let your emotions come second. It's not that to not feel the emotion, it's to, because Capricorn is all about getting the job done, and it's about priorities. So in order to get the job done, sometimes you got to put your feelings to the side and put your emotions to the side to get practical stuff done. And then I was watching a show, and then it was like they was talking about, it was like a couple, and then the therapist told the couple that if they get into a disagreement, write it down and put it on the refrigerator, and then if the next day you still upset by the disagreement, then discuss it. But if you don't really have a problem with it the next day, then it wasn't a big issue to begin with. So you can take that from Cancer. If you like solo that energy, like you could be able to, like, you have the initial reaction, because Cancers react just as quickly as like an Aries will react, but they don't show the reaction as quick as an Aries will show the spark. The Cancer not gonna show it. The Cancer is gonna internalize it. An Aries is gonna externalize it, pump it out. A Cancer is gonna pull it in, and then they might hold it. They do the same thing as a Taurus. They might hold it, and then put it out. So you can learn, like, just to write it down and then go do your practical day-to-day routines or whatever you had scheduled for that day. And then after that, if you still upset about the situation, but then by that time the Cancer might be able to laugh at it and laugh at how angry they was, or laugh at the mood they was in and laugh at why that made them so upset. And that's where the humor of Cancer could come into play. So like I said, I think I covered that. I'm gonna do a video on like all the exaltations too and why, but I'm gonna start that series like at a later date. But this was just like the Cancer sun sign video. And remember, it's DE astrology. You not it, you just doing it. And hope everybody have a good day, man. Try to get outside too, get some fresh air. You know what I'm saying? Take in this time where you just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Do some stuff that make you happy. All right, everybody stay up.